It was an ordinary Tuesday, or so I thought. I was getting ready for bed, just going through the motions, brushing my teeth, washing my face. I glanced up at my reflection in the bathroom mirror, a habit as old as time. But tonight, something was off. As I lowered my toothbrush, the girl in the mirror didn't. Her hands stayed raised, a slow, deliberate smile spreading across her face, a smile that wasn't mine. I froze, my heart hammering against my ribs. I blinked, rubbed my eyes, convinced I was just tired. But when I looked again, she was still there, her eyes holding a glint of something cold and unfamiliar. Over the next few days, it got worse. My reflection became a twisted parody of me. When I smiled, she would scowl. When I tied my hair up, she would let hers fall messily over her face. She started to look darker, not just in her expressions, but physically. Her hair seemed a shade blacker, her eyes shadowed and hollow, the clothes she wore mirroring mine but appearing faded and worn. It was like watching a ghost wear my face. I tried to ignore it, to convince myself I was hallucinating, that stress was finally getting to me. I avoided mirrors, showering in the dark, dressing with my back to the wardrobe. But I could feel her presence, a constant chilling weight on the edge of my perception. One evening, I found myself drawn back to the bathroom mirror, a morbid curiosity I couldn't fight. My reflection was there, waiting. She wasn't mimicking me anymore. She was pacing, her form contained within the silvered glass like a caged animal. Her movements were frantic, desperate. She would press her hands against the surface, her silent screams distorting her face. It wasn't just a reflection, it was a prisoner who looked exactly like me. I felt a surge of pity, mixed with gut-wrenching terror. Who was she? More terrifyingly, what was she? Was this a glimpse into another dimension, a parallel world where my life had taken a much darker turn? The paranormal vibes were undeniable now. The air in my apartment grew heavy and cold. I'd hear faint whispers when no one was there, see shadows flit past the corner of my eye. My friends said I looked pale, that I was distant. How could I explain that I was being haunted by myself? The barrier between my world and hers seemed to be thinning. One night I was watching a movie when the television screen went black. For a split second, I saw her face staring back at me, not from the bathroom, but from the dark screen in my living room. She was getting stronger, finding new ways to appear, to cross over. The climax came on a stormy Saturday night. The power had flickered out, plunging my apartment into darkness. I lit a candle, its single flame casting long, dancing shadows. I made the mistake of walking past the full-length mirror in my hallway. In the wavering candlelight, I saw her. She wasn't just pacing anymore. She was pounding on the glass. Not with her palms, but with her fists. I could hear it. Faintly at first, then louder. A muffled, rhythmic thudding that synced with the thunder outside. Thud, thud, thud. Her face was contorted with a furious, determined rage. This wasn't a plea for help. This was a threat. She wasn't just trying to get my attention. She was trying to break out. I stumbled back, my breath catching in my throat. Her eyes locked onto mine, and for the first time she spoke. Her voice was a distorted, raspy echo of my own, coming from the mirror itself. "My turn," she hissed. A spider web of cracks began to spread from where her fist was hitting the glass. Panic seized me. I wasn't just looking at a reflection anymore. I was facing an entity that wanted to take my place, to live my life. The mirror was its cage, and the lock was breaking. The cracking sound grew louder, more insistent, a sound I knew would haunt my nightmares forever. With a final, deafening crash, the glass shattered. But it didn't fall onto the floor. Shards seemed to dissolve into the air like smoke. Where the mirror once stood, there was now just an empty frame, a gaping doorway into absolute, silent blackness. And standing in front of it, in my hallway, was her. The dark version of me. She looked just like me, but wrong. So terrifyingly wrong. Her smile was a predatory slash in the dim light. She took a slow, deliberate step out of the frame and into my world. "Finally," she whispered, her voice now clear, identical to my own. "It's so good to be home." I could only stand there, frozen, as she walked towards me. The last thing I saw was my own face, filled with a malevolence I couldn't comprehend, as the candle flame flickered and died, plunging us both into complete darkness.
Thank you so much for joining me on this terrifying journey.
What do you think happened next? Let me know your theories in the comments below. And if you enjoy stories that send a shiver down your spine, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more unsettling tales. Stay safe, and maybe, just maybe, be careful what you see in the mirror.